the Morning Stash. And then, of course, on Friday, we all come together at 8 o'clock to look at some of the top stories over the week and, of course, discuss them. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa.
There's no yo today,
No
just in
yo-yo
case
today.
you're expecting it. Good morning, Ibadan and the world. Welcome to our show. We're glad to be here as always. It's Friday, so yes, looking forward to an amazing weekend. My name is Charity Jerome. Welcome to the show.
Yes, Oluwaseun Akinola is missing in action today, but he's obviously involved in some other official duties, so he's unavoidably absent. But he'll be back, I'm sure, on radio tomorrow. I believe he's on radio sometime tomorrow on Sunday. This weekend, I think he's got a program this weekend, so I'm sure he'll be back in time for that.
I think that's it.
Yes, he'll be back in time by 11 o'clock, actually. He'll be back on radio. All right, so like this week, quite a number of interesting things happened. First was the Lekki, the NSAS anniversary, the NSAS protest anniversary. And in 2020, we know that on the 21st of October, youths across Nigeria came together to protest, to call for an end to police brutality, bad governance, and, you know, quite a number of other things that they had been agitating for. But it ended badly. Of course, quite with a number of people dying at the Lekki toll gate, businesses looted. It was just a very sad day for Nigerian youths, the Sorosoke generation.
Yeah.
So this year, when they were looking forward to the first anniversary to honor those who died, and of course to just mark the day, because I think that obviously was a day to be marked. Of course, security operatives had sent warnings across the country that protests should not hold. In particular, I think what day was it that Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, called the Lekki massacre a scam. This story here, which was on Tuesday, I believe. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, on Wednesday hailed the police and the Nigerian army for the role they played in the hashtag NSAS protests last year, even as he maintained that the incident at the Lekki Toll Plaza last year was a phantom massacre with no bodies. Mohammed said this during a press conference in Abuja while protesters gathered at several major cities in the country to demonstrate in commemoration of the NSAS protests. The minister also lambasted CNN, DJ Switch, and Global Rights Group, Amnesty International, for insisting that persons were killed at the toll gate. He said the federal government remains proud of the security agencies for acting professionally and showing utmost restraint all through the NSAS protests and the ensuing violence, an action that saved lives and properties. The 6 soldiers and 37 policemen who died during the NSAS protests are human beings with families, even though the human rights organizations and CNN simply ignored their death, choosing instead to trumpet a phantom massacre. Mohammed noted that the National Economic Council, which comprises all governors and representatives of the federal government and chaired by the Vice President, has already addressed other issues relating to the NSAS protests. Okay, well, I mean, we all know, I mean, this is nothing new. Lai Mohammed has always, maintained this stance that, the people who were protesting were just naughty youths who were just feeling very, very troublesome. So this is not very surprising for me. And I acknowledge that, yes, there were security officials that died at that during that whole, protest as well. But the fact is he's choosing to maintain, even though facts have come out to say that people did die, the fact that he's choosing to say it was what did he call it? Bodiless? What did he call it? Phantom massacre with no bodies. Yes, we have established that using the word massacre was a long reach, but the fact that with no bodies is maintaining that is, for me, I don't know what to say to Lai Mohammed. No surprises.
Absolutely no surprises. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Bars and I were talking about this during Straight from the Dailies, and he defended the use of the words massacre. Now, I don't know if I particularly agree with his stance, but Barrister's own opinion, and he quoted the dictionary in that. Right. He says, yes, a massacre might, because in the definition, they said death of persons, and he said persons could be 2 people. Even though in the in brackets in the dictionary it stated that it could be like large numbers of people or something.
This is an indiscriminate and brutal slaughter of many people.
Barrister says the words in the bracket can be disregarded, and you can still have the word mean the same thing with the words as so there are people who perhaps would have that argument as well, but Lai Mohammed stands. What he said about this is no surprise at all. These are the same sentiments that the federal government and himself expressed just months after the events last. So it was exactly not surprising. However, there were aspects of the press statement that he put out that I found encouraging, and I think at least it gives us a way forward in that there were certain guidelines that were given. They reached certain conclusions. For instance, one of them was compulsory psychiatric examination for members of security forces, especially those who bear arms. You know, these were some of the things that came out after the NSAS protest, when the NEC looked at the reports that were submitted by all the 28 states and the FCT that had set up the panel. So it's encouraging to see this being said. But if I do have a fear, it would be how are they going to execute this, because it's not really in the saying, it's in how you implement and the commitment that you show when you say that you want your security forces, arm-bearing security forces to be different. You have to put in work to defend that. Some people, I've heard stories of people who have had encounters with the police and even the military in this past year, and they've not been savory at all. They've been unfortunate, unpleasant, you know. So we have these things happening. It seems like there's a deep-rooted institutional problem of harassment and assault within security forces. There's that relationship does not exist where they realize that we're here to protect these people. You know, so I think that's perhaps where we should start, reorientating our police force, you know, all the security agencies towards knowing that life, even if, yes, you're here to maintain law and order, and yes, there'll be people who are disorderly and do things or commit crime, but there should be rules of engagement, and for the most part, these rules of engagement should be followed. This is one of the recommendations as well that were given to leadership of the police force. How it would be implemented is what I will be waiting to see.
Implementation, I mean, you can sit down and give a press conference all year long if you're not obviously going to put your money where your mouth is, because I mean, at the end of the day, look at even what happened at the anniversary. Look at how police, I mean, were manhandling the press, journalists, people who are out there. You know, I mean, that enough. So I think for me, yes, when he says, I mean, he's fair enough to say that police reform is something that's not just going to happen in one day. This we sort of got to where we are not in one day, but we slid into this quagmire over decades and years. So obviously it's not something that can, but the fact that you're refusing to listen to people and share their, I mean, these are people's real life. People, I mean, imagine a Josh walking down the road and getting, so these are people's truth. So if people, that's my problem. So if you're choosing to believe that people are just being naughty and just being troublesome when they are protesting something, at the end of the day, how do I believe they're going to execute or put things in place to make changes in the first place? You are refusing to hear my truth, and you're saying, oh, you're going to put certain things in place. So the government must start to listen to people and stop seeing people who protest or who say their truth and who talk about
enemies of the government.
Enemies. And I think that's number one way to start from. Well, if you refuse to hear my truth, how can you put things in place to protect me?
That's true, but even though the minister has a lot of unpopular things to say, and people do not
unpopular. It is in how he says it. Sometimes he does say a few things but it's just in the I don't care, all of you. You know how the general African parent mentality. Just clear out and go and sit down. Don't, you know.
I will do what I want to do.
Yes,
you will survive. One of those good things that he said is the fact that individuals indicted and security operatives will face justice. So he put in that statement I quoted earlier, he said that the National Economic Council has also advised against ground protests by Nigerians over the NSAS issue. He called on Nigerians who were partaking in the EndSARS protest to seek other lawful alternatives to engaging with relevant government agencies as the protests can be hijacked. So in his defense, he could say, well, we're not asking you not to protest, but there are other alternative means of showing your displeasure and dissatisfaction with the government or with things that are happening that you can adopt as against going on the street and protesting. And as we've seen in the past, these protests can be hijacked. But what I'm going to take away from this is
when
the
they're
fact
not
that
handled properly.
Security agencies who have been indicted and individuals will be persecuted. There's a trial, there's a court date waiting for them, and I'm really looking forward to how this will play out. That will be a case that a lot of Nigerians would be interested in seeing how it pans out.
Absolutely, yes. And I mean, the bottom line is there's nothing wrong with protests. People should be free to protest. In fact, police, we've seen cases where in other countries, in other climes, and I think in Ibadan, which was very impressive actually, the police actually were walking with protesters here in Ibadan. That's how it should look. That's how it should be. Not that the police should be attacking people who are, just doing what they should do as citizens. If people have a problem, now it's gaslighting to ask people who are being brutalized to not complain or tell them how to complain. It's wrong. Protests will go bad if in the first place you have already started making it seem like, oh, something bad is happening because people choose to protest. It will go bad. Of course, rascally people will hijack it because they already know the police. It feels like, oh, it's you against us. And when we stop that, I think that we'll begin to have peaceful protests as it should go. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we've got Mostres Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is also in the news with what happened this week as lawyers and journalists were barred from attending his court session.
And then there's the story of the train that was attacked on Wednesday evening.
Absolutely.
Totally looking forward to talking about it.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
See Baba fi gbé ṣọlẹ̀ àbí tó ti gbé ṣọlẹ̀ Arena Sports rántí orúkọ yẹn tí ara rẹ bá ń lọ tìkọ̀tìkọ̀ tí ara rẹ ò fẹ́ lé kọ́kọ́ Arena Sports.
Arenax Plus ní orúkọ tó yẹ kó o rántí ní ìgbàkúùgbà tí ó bá fẹ́ rí ara rẹ tí o sì nílò láti lo oògùn ibà lọ́nà tó rọrùn. Arenax Plus ní oògùn ibà tá a ṣe pẹ̀lú èròjà artemether àti lumefantrine tí yóò lé àìsàn ibà dànù kúrò láàgọ́ ara rẹ ní kíákíá láìsí ìnira kankan. Ó dára fún ọmọdé àti àgbàlagbà. Ìdí èyí ní ìgbàkúùgbà tí o bá fẹ́ ṣàfẹ́rí àìsàn ibà láàgọ́ ara rẹ rántí orúkọ yẹn o. Arenax Plus ṣá àìsàn ibà balẹ̀ kó wómúwómú.
Tí kò bá sí àyípadà lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta, kàn sí dókítà rẹ.
Arenax Plus ó wà káàkiri àwọn ilé ìtajà oògùn tó súnmọ́ yín. Oògùn ibà gidi tó yàtọ̀ láti ilé iṣẹ́ Swiffer.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bi mí ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jọ̀wọ́ tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tó nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo Airtel Recharge and Blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà. ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù December ọdún 2021 fún àlàyé síwájú sí testa 444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Sense of fresh. I feel the freshness. I got the confidence. With the liquid fuel chewing gum, not scent of fresh. I'm feeling good. I feel so good. I feel so fresh. I feel so fresh. I got confidence. Scent of fresh. The correct chewing gum, not scent of fresh. No darling with scent of fresh.
Scent of fresh chewing gum. Trust the freshness.
We've had many battles, we have won some wars, but in all our struggles, we have lost loved ones. It may be cloudy outside, but not for very long. We will surely see the sun, 'cause we know no matter the weather, no matter the tide, we go there together. We stand by your side. No yawa, no problem. Go feet stand to fight us. We go stand together. We go beat them down.
Kíni kan wà tí gbogbo obìnrin máa ń ní tí wọ́n bá ti di abiyamọ. Tí ọmọ tí ẹbí rẹ̀ bá nírora torí bá ń fọ́ wọn. Ṣé bí jáfara léwu? Abiyamọ kì í fi ìgbà ìrora falẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú M&B paracetamol tó yára pa tí kì í gbà lọ kábọ̀. Oníkóró fún àgbàlagbà àti olómi tó ládùn ọ̀pọ̀ òyìnbó fún àwọn ọmọdé yóò lé ẹ̀fọ́rí àti ara ríro jìnnà sí ẹbí rẹ̀. M&B kàti ń perégedé ó lé ní 70 ọdún. Òun ni àwọn obìnrin tó rínú ròde fi ọkàn tán. Fún ẹ̀fọ́rí àti ìrora ní ìwé alọ́ rámirámi làárí pupa ìyẹn M&B paracetamol. Tí ìrora kò bá lọ lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì rí dókítà rẹ̀. M&B paracetamol. Ìrora kò lè dá ọ dúró.
Wow, it's here.
What's that? What's here, Mom?
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer.
Tell me about it, Mom.
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer is carefully produced to help us fight germs and provide the right protection for every family.
Introducing the new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer to help you fight germs every day.
Mom, now I can clean up germs that touch my hand and be fine, right?
Yes, son, you can, because Maxi 20 will keep you protected.
Yippee!
Maxi 20. War on germs. Another quality product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
What if I tell you that banking can be way easier than you know? Introducing the Key Mobile app from Keystone Bank that makes banking in today's world as easy as a click of a button. Imagine being able to open a fully functional account within 2 minutes, getting your debit or credit card delivered to you within 48 hours, and increasing your transaction limit. Shop and make payment in style using the NQR code feature. Simply scan, verify, and pay. Plus, the transfer feature allows you to send money to phone numbers, withdraw or deposit cash at the nearest branch or agent location, and settle transaction disputes while sitting on your toilet seat. Download or upgrade the Key Mobile on your mobile devices from Google Play or Apple Store today. Key Mobile. Go branchless.
Extra, extra, 10% extra. Your healthy Kellogg's breakfast has got extra, extra, 10% extra. Tasty Kellogg's sachet, now 99 naira.
That's right. Now stay active and alert with the new and bigger Kellogg's 90 naira packs. Your favorite Kellogg's Cocoa Pops, Moon and Stars, and Corn Flakes is now available in 90 naira with 10% extra introductory offer. Go grab it now.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Every careless 5K, where is supposed go? Echo Bank straight. Every urgent 5K in call. Echo Bank straight.
E get why. Season 12 EcoBank Super Rewards don't land as it land before. Put 5,000 naira for your EcoBank account. Make it rest here for 30 days. Or open new EcoBank account with 5K pere. 50 people go win 25,000 naira every week for the next 4 months. The grand prize now 1 million naira for 4 people.
Enter with your 5K, oh. EcoBank straight.
EcoBank Super Rewards campaign. Now from October to January 2022. Ask your brother, sister, friend, neighbor to join and you go get something. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
This promotion has been approved by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
We've stood by your side, helping you navigate through life's twists and turns. Through thick and thin, we have been there with you. Every car crash, every house that goes up in flames,
We don't want to scare anybody.
every emergency, every unexpected news,
We now announce the passing.
and every unscripted part of your story that makes you feel lost in the world. We will flip the script to make the journey easier for you, because at Royal Exchange General Insurance Company, we take every step with you 100%. Royal Exchange General Insurance Company, insuring what matters.
Win amazing prizes like a paid trip to Dubai for 2, PS5, mobile phones, ACs and laptops in the ongoing Premier Cold Chill and Win promo running from 2nd August to 30th October. Just text your unique code to 1393. Terms and conditions apply.
Orúkọ mi ni Ìyá Arísí, gbajúmọ̀ oníṣòwò pọ̀nmọ́ sí ni mí nínú ọjà yìí. Ìrètí mi ni láti mú òwò mi mọ̀ kí n lè gbé òwò pọ̀nmọ́ mi dé pele tó kàn. Ohun tó jẹ́ kí n daṣojú báǹkì Hope PS nìyẹn. Mo ti di mánéjà báǹkì báyìí nínú ṣọ́ọ̀bù pọ̀nmọ́ mi yìí. Àwọn ènìyàn ń wá bí láti fowó rọṣẹ́, gba owó, wọ́n sì ń sanwó lórí nọ́mbà fóònù wọn. Bó sì ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀, lèmi náà ń gbà pín tèmi náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣojú. Báwo èèyàn sì ṣe ń bá mi rajà ni wọ́n ń sanwó fún mi pẹ̀lú nọ́mbà fóònù wọn kíákíá. Ìwọ náà lè dáṣojú Hope. Kàn gba app Hope Digital Mobile sílẹ̀ tàbí kó o lọ sí www.hopepsbank.com.
Hope ṣe àṣeyọrí. Hope Bank nígbà gbogbo.
Anytime you feel cold and hot out, take Procold. Procold now better melody. Take Procold for effective relief from cold and hot. Everywhere you go, take Procold.
Make no waka miss road. Proco get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor.
Procold na better medicine.
Procold, take Procold, take Procold, oh. Procold, oh. Take Procold.
Chai, I wish I don't reach house by now. I for don dey spoil myself with better drama series or dey watch comedy shows with dey sweet belle. In fact, I fit even dey chill with better action movie. And my pikin dem fit enjoy cartoon.
No matter where you reach out, so better entertainment standard gidigba for you on top Go TV. Local or foreign drama, reality shows, sports, action films with ogbonge cartoons. Everything full ground for your enjoyment. Just go buy your Go TV decoder where they come with 1 month Go TV Max subscription for 9,500 naira to enjoy all your favorite shows plus entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Good morning once again, and thank you very much for staying tuned. This is Splash 105.5 FM. We are the Integrity Station, and of course, we're glad to be here to bring you the very best in radio programming. All right, we're still looking at some of the top stories this week, and also the story of Nnamdi Kanu also dominated the newspapers this week. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa.
And I'm Charity Jerome.
Yes, of course, Oluwaseun Akinla has not joined us today, but I'm sure he will be back soon. All right, so the Nigerian Bar Association, the Ohanes Ndigbo, and prominent Nigerians on Thursday took a swipe at security agents for barring lawyers, journalists, and Igbo leaders from the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. The NBA spokesman, Raful Nduka, the Pan-Igbo Social Cultural Organization, the Ohanes Ndigbo, and senior lawyers who spoke to the Punch separately said harassment of lawyers and journalists at the trial was despicable and undemocratic. Kanu, who is facing treasonable felony and terrorism charges on Thursday, was brought on Thursday to the Federal High Court, Abuja, amid tight security. The leader of the separatist group, who has been facing trial since 2016, was granted bail in April 2017. In September that year, he fled the country after the invasion of his home in Afaraoku, near Umuahia, Abia State, by the military. Now, of course, a lot of people have, and notary public also have spoken against this. Also, what happened there was Shure's attack by, in quote, hoodlums. So, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been following the tension that's built up prior to Nnamdi Kanu appearing in court. I think he had been scheduled to appear twice.
Yes, and he didn't.
Yes. As a matter of fact, the IPOB gave an order that there was going to be a lot of destruction if he didn't appear in court.
Because they were afraid that, something had happened to him.
Yes. So I was first of all relieved that he came to court. At least it averted all the other wahala that would have seen play out in the southeast with the IPOB members and stuff. So it was good to see him. And it even breaks my heart that we're talking about something like someone has a court date or you're producing him in court. It's now becoming an issue. You have to have people threatening you to burn down the place before. It's just unfortunate, but I'm glad that he appeared. So that one is out of the way.
Yes, but the fact that they barring. Yes, the court is a place where, when I was younger, I remember. Yes,
is the proceeding or are the proceedings from this case that they have to bar? Maybe they don't want a rowdy.
Exactly. I can imagine. Yes. So, but to bar journalists, bar lawyers, and say, nobody's allowed. For me, transparency is something that is I mean, everyone needs to learn, and especially when people already look at you like you are up to something.
Especially
that's the more
in a
reason why you
case
should
like
be.
this,
Yes,
you know,
you should be transparent.
I feel like this government misses opportunities
Absolutely.
to endear itself to the people on issues that are very controversial or topics that people mistrust them a lot. Allowing people to observe the ongoings in the court is not going to take away anything from, you know, the details of how he will be found guilty if he is eventually found guilty. So I do not really understand it. But as again we've seen in the past, the states in the southeast were shut down for his arraignment in court yesterday. There was no vehicular movement. People were stuck in the house. Banks, schools, markets, everybody was at home because they had issued a sit-at-home order. I would want to see a situation where this whole case is rounded off quickly, you know, so that the people in the southeast can get about living their normal lives as they do, and not being hindered anytime Nnamdi Kanu is appearing in court or anytime there's anything. Government should think about the people, you know, and do the best. I'm not saying let him go. Yeah, prosecute him if you need to, but do it swiftly, knowing that it is affecting the economy of the southeast, the people, their education. Come on.
I mean, absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better, because to be honest, their lives that are hinged on just one man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not their fault. People can't do business. They're suffering in those, you know, parts of the country. And so government definitely must put those people into consideration. Dragging this thing out for so long is like your life being on hold. And it's just preposterous. I really do hope that they can do something about this. All right, so if you want to comment or contribute, we'd love to hear your contributions and comments. You can text us real quickly or call us on 0809 155 1055, 0809 155 1055. Let me maneuver to Facebook. Do you have the story of the train explosion?
As a matter of fact, I do. So there are different angles to this story, yeah. But the main story, for those who haven't heard, is that the Nigeria Railway Corporation stopped services on the Abuja-Kaduna route following allegations that a part of the train track was bombed by bandits. Officials of the corporation confirmed on Thursday that services on the route had been halted, but stated that investigations were ongoing to determine if the facility was actually bombed, as widely speculated. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because this is how a lot of people here heard the news. A former senator from Kaduna State, Shehu Sani, posted on his verified Twitter handle that bandits attacked a train on that route on Wednesday. He said that terrorists attacked the Kaduna-Abuja Railway with an explosive and opened fire on the train, targeting the engine, driver, and the tank. Service station manager confirmed this incident and said that it's true, it happened. They do not know whether it was actually a bomb. They're going to conduct investigations, but we've seen pictures. I've seen the picture of the rail. I've seen glass damage. I think I saw gunshots, holes on the front of the coach and all of that. And that's not where it stops. With this, before now, we know that the NRC, through that route alone, generates 267 million naira per month as revenue. With this suspension, of course, it means that this revenue is no longer going to be coming in. Nobody knows how soon it's going to be back on track. And insecurity, of course, still persists. So there's no saying how soon this is going to be fixed. We cannot forget very quickly the amounts of monies that have been quoted as having been pumped into this infrastructural project. So it raises a lot of questions.
I mean, it's really sad. I mean, someone had commented on me and think this story as to how people are running away from the roads to use the rail because of insecurity, and now, you know.
But Ronnie, it was just a matter of time, really, with bandits, ravaging everywhere. It was just a matter. These train tracks pass through very remote areas, areas that have been known, maybe not in the past, but since these people usually stay in the bushes and inside forest, and it was just a matter of time before we had something like this.
And it goes to show that until we sort out insecurity, you can build the biggest everything, have the best infrastructure, until you can figure out how the people can be safe, how you can protect this infrastructure that you use all of your money to build.
I think there was somebody in government that said that they could contract the bandits or something to supervise the... I don't know, I saw a comment and I'm like, wow, okay.
Real wow. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Ronke. Good morning.
Good morning, Chiamaka. Good to have you here. How are you today?
I'm fine. My name is Chiamaka. I'm calling from Orita.
Good to have you
Hi,
here.
Chiamaka.
Yeah. I just want to make a contribution on Nnamdi Kanu's case. Do you know, Ronke, on Wednesday night, I had to pray in my house that God, please, whoever, is it the Minister for Justice, is it the President that is in charge of this case, should please bring this guy to court. I'm a fan of Nnamdi Kanu, but keeping him without bringing him to court is going to cause a whole damage.
Absolutely.
Sometime last 2 months, I was in the East. I was supposed to travel back to Ibadan on Monday. On Monday, they said there is a seat at home. You can't go out. On Tuesday, they said Nnamdi Kanu is going to court. You can't go out. On Wednesday, they said it's Biafra something. You can't go. I was stuck till Thursday.
Wow.
You can imagine people that feed on daily basis.
Exactly.
People are people that go to the until they go to the market, they sell for that day, they feed themselves. They are not salary earners mainly. And they are stuck in their house in this kind of economy because one president wants to keep one guy, and Sheikh Gumi is in the north. They are going to become an intermediate man between the bandits and the Nigerian government, and nobody's questioning him, nobody's calling him to order, nobody's even seeing him. And he's going from state to state, talking to people, and nobody's even doing anything.
Well,
right.
I feel you. Right. Thank you so much.
The only thing.
I definitely feel your pain. I can't imagine. Yes.
On the train.
All right.
I was on the train on Sunday going to Abeokuta for the first time. I just felt, let me take the kids out, and we went to Abeokuta. And now coming to hear the breaking news on radio on Wednesday, and you're like, I'm not going again.
But this one was the Abuja Kaduna. It's not the Lagos Ibadan line.
You can't say these guys are terrible. You can't say. Everybody just has to be safe. This place is just a hell.
Thank you so much, Amaka. Yes, I can imagine your fear. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I mean, it's ridiculous. Abiodun Falaye on Facebook says the protest should be driven to meet the general needs of the masses, not prejudice to police matter alone. Good governance should be stressed here. Absolutely. And I think they did. That was also included. Babalola Samuel says, I think the problem of police brutality is fundamental. The situation of the country put the policemen in this situation. Do you believe that if for any reason the police is shuffled and the current citizens they will do worse? Okay, to me it is fundamental. We need orientation that starts from the leaders. All right, Reverend Koye Ladile says, what I expect from the judicial panel of NSAS to define the reason for protest, to educate government on the reasons for protest, to educate the citizens on how to protest, to enlighten government that protest is not antagonistic but an agitation, to enlighten government that deploying armed soldiers and police to quell protesters is unproductive. Rather, they should deploy civil police to shield and protect them from hoodlums while they protest, to enlighten government that protesters are to be listened to and reasoned with, and also to enlighten government that protest is a citizen's constitutional right. Thank you, Reverend Koye. Eze Udene says checking police mental state before the job doesn't make sense to me. Their problem starts the moment they put on that cloth. If they remove the cloth, working with citizens, they become normal again. Something is wrong, honestly.
What do we want in this Nigeria?
Then once they put on the cloth, I just imagine some spirits coming. No, well, all right. Our time is up.
Go. Yeah.
All right. I wanted to take one last call, but our time is up. Thank you so much for being a part of the program today and for joining us on Facebook as well. Thank you very much, Facebook, and for your text messages. We appreciate you. All right. Till next time when we're back your way, I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa.
Well, I hope you enjoy your weekend. My name is Charity Jerome.
Splash FM 105.5.
Yeah.
man. Now, what if I told you that staking might not just be the coolest thing at the moment? What if I told you that you could get paid for predicting games? Yeah, I mean, like really get paid. Oh no, I don't mean like you going to play football or anything like that. Rather, I mean, you simply predict the scores of